had no idea how bad of a trip that was for a single person. So I basically spent the majority of the trip pretty freaking miserable. Hey guys, welcome back to Wander with Bree. I am Bree, and this is the channel where we explore all things travel and tech related. Today, join me as I plan my dream vacation for 2024 using Google AI. Let's see if my dreams come true. Always been fascinated by the use of technology in trip planning. Whether you're planning on going someplace far or near, oftentimes if something else can do the heavy lifting, I'm definitely interested. In this case, I'm looking to make my travel planning easier and more simplified. I'd also like to make it as personalized as possible. With so many destinations and activities to choose from, planning travel can be really overwhelming. That's why I'm super excited to see how Google AI can plan my vacation for me. Imagine a vacation tailor-made just for you. No more scrolling through endless online reviews or stressing over itinerary planning. With Google AI, you can create a personalized travel experience that perfectly aligns with your interests, preferences, and budget. How does it work? Well, simply provide Google AI with some basic information, such as your desired destination, travel dates, and preferred activities. The system will then analyze vast amounts of data to suggest the most suitable hotels, flights, attractions, and even hidden gems you might not have discovered on your own. So let's go through this together. Are you ready to check it out? So we've all been there, scrolling through travel websites, reading reviews, asking friends for recommendations, but even with all the resources available, it's hard to know if we're making the right choices. Some of us have different budget constraints, conflicting opinions of different travelers that are traveling with you, and limited time can all contribute to the stress of planning a vacation. And let's be honest, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of booking a trip without actually thinking it through. We've all heard horror stories of travelers who ended up in a dump of a hotel or wasted their entire trip on mediocre activities. Personally, I actually had an experience like this, and I'm still traumatized. And what I didn't understand that I had done is I booked myself. I went to Solvang. Have any of you ever been to Solvang? Solvang, California is this like cutesy, kind of like Dutch inspired, almost like Disneyland for adults. And what I did not understand is one, it was insanely cold. It was the end of the year, close to winter. I was miserable. I was thinking, oh my gosh, it'll be so cute. It'll be so interesting, distracting. I'll get to learn so much. What I did not understand from talking to my family, my friends, from reading reviews, is that it really is a family affair, and that everyone around me was couples. I was going out to dinner, couple. Going out to lunch, family. I was going out to go through the museum, kids everywhere. I had no idea how bad of a trip that was for a single person. So I basically spent the majority of the trip pretty freaking miserable, drove myself up to Santa Barbara instead, or down to Santa Barbara, and had a phenomenal time at a winery and had way too much to drink and let an Uber take me home. But the moral of the story is sometimes we do all the planning we possibly can. We talk to all the people we need. We read all the reviews online, and it can still bite us in the behind because it's not actually quite right for us. So today, the plan is to let AI keep this from happening. If I can have somebody in my life say, no, this isn't what you want. Now, here's the special trick that I want you to remember. When you are using AI, so if you're using ChatGPT, Meta AI, Google Gemini, which we're using today, please make sure to be very, very specific in your request. This is not a human being. They do not understand what you are asking. They cannot infer and cannot, a lot of times, remember context of who you are or, three requests above you, right? So ChatGPT, although does do asynchronous conversation much better than Google Gemini, but please make sure you are as detailed as possible. So in the following example, I'll show you how to do it. The promise of AI is ease and simplification. So hopefully today we should be able to put in our interests, budget, preferences, and where we want to go, and have it generate a customized travel plan tailored specifically to our needs. Hopefully there will be no more endless scrolling, no more conflicting opinions, no more couples retreats when you are a solo, okay? That's the goal. Hopefully all of this will be carefully curated by this sophisticated AI algorithm. So I know what you're thinking. How well does this actually work? Well, the AI system uses machine learning to analyze vast amounts of data that would be way too much for any human mind to comprehend at once. It's looking at things like travel destinations, activities, your personal preferences, your budget. It then uses this data to identify and categorize things that might be interesting to you. The biggest thing that AI can do is it recognizes patterns. So it's looking for things that might potentially fit together. The result, hopefully, is a highly personalized travel plan that takes into account even the smallest details. Google AI can revolutionize the way we plan vacations by addressing two common challenges. Number one, budget constraints, and two, travel overwhelm. Personalized recommendations. Google AI can analyze your budget and suggest affordable options without compromising on quality, hopefully. By understanding your spending habits and preferences, it can recommend cost-effective flights, accommodations, and activities that fit within your own personal financial limits. Also, Google AI can suggest some alternate destinations or activities that offer similar experiences but at a lower cost. So, for example, if your dream destination is too expensive, it might recommend nearby cities with like comparable attractions and amenities. So maybe you don't stay in the city of Paris, maybe you stay in a city outside of Paris. Maybe you don't rent a car, maybe you learn how to take the train system, which by the way, you should be doing anyway. Secondly, overcoming travel overwhelm with curated itineraries. Google AI can create personalized itineraries based on your interests and preferences. So by analyzing your past travel history and online behavior, it can identify your favorite activities, destinations, and experiences. So this helps you focus on the most relevant options and avoid feeling overwhelmed by the vast array of possibilities. It can also automate many of the time-consuming tasks involved in travel planning, like researching flights, booking accommodations, finding attractions, etc., freeing up some time to focus on other stuff while you're on your trip. Google AI, lastly, can provide valuable local insights and recommendations, helping you to discover hidden gems, off the beaten path experiences, because what it's looking for is its vast compilation and understanding of the internet, of reviews, of people's blogs. It's scanning literally everything online. And this can help you make your trip more authentic and memorable. By leveraging the power of AI, Google can help you plan a personalized and enjoyable vacation that fits your budget and your preferences. So whether you're a seasoned traveler, a first-time adventurer, full-time daydreamer, Google AI can potentially make your trip a memorable one. I'd like to see whether or not it can really understand my travel preferences and clearly and concisely plan a trip for me that doesn't have me driving 7 hours a day to a different location around Rwanda. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop in here and plan our trip to Rwanda. So I'm just going to show you initially what a basic request looks like. Planned a trip to Rwanda for an American woman and her husband for 10 days. Okay. All right, so initially let's go through what it gave us. Let's just skim. First 2 days in Kigali, Akagera National Park, Volcanoes National Park, Kigali, and additional tips. That's pretty great. That's pretty close to the trip that I did. So let's go ahead and refine it just a little bit. Please refine this trip and add in adventure. Please also include expenses, and we also need okay, so let's go through this together. So 10-day Rwanda adventure. We're going to arrive in Kigali. Accommodations, activities, gorilla trekking in Volcanoes National Park, when we're going to go, how we're going to do it, safari in Akagera National Park, Lake Kivu, departure, flight information, tour companies. Awesome. Okay, so let's get a little more here. Okay, awesome. So I asked for some specific information. So I asked for links to get tickets to see monkeys and gorillas. Please also help arrange transportation. Awesome. Oh, the Hut Restaurant and Boutique Hotel. I have eaten there. Volcanoes Forest Camp, Akagera Cafe, Radisson Blue. I think I stayed there too. Cool. Okay. Some really awesome suggestions. Okay. Please provide suggestions for tour companies that are run locally in Rwanda whose funds stay in Rwanda. So this is something that is really important to me as a traveler that I want Google AI to understand is when I am traveling someplace, I don't want an American-run company that brings its money back to the United States. I would prefer to travel and experience something that is contributing to the local economy. Okay, Rwandan gorilla tours, very cool. Gorilla tracking Africa, Rwanda adventure tours, Great Lakes safaris, cool. And it's providing links to all these places where we can go. All right, so far we have been provided with some pretty incredible ideas. So let's go ahead and do this. Please place this travel plan into an Excel document as well as Google Sheets. We will visit Kenya on the way home for 3 days. Make this in a shareable format, such as a graph. I can copy and paste, break it down to the steps needed before we leave, like booking flights, getting tickets, reserving hotel rooms, etc., like a project manager or travel agent would do. Then schedule each day and events of each day, including Okay, so I have gone through and I have added everything that I think I might potentially need for this trip. So let's see how it goes. So cool. So we officially have our Rwanda and Kenya travel plan. Let's go ahead and review this. Okay, so we've got our Rwanda and Kenya travel plan. We've got our pre-trip tasks broken down here. Destination activities, book flights, apply for visas, research and book accommodations, gorilla trekking permits, secure travel insurance, and pack. So cool. Now we've got our itinerary, which is super cool. Breaks it down each day. And if I was really being nitpicky, I would actually probably go into a little bit more detail into each day of literally like what time we should go, how we're going to get to each event and all of that. Okay. And then Nairobi, Kenya, we've got our packing list here. Super cool. I'll probably go into maybe like a different packing app. You'll see up here in one of the apps that I recommend. I go through my 12 favorite packing, or excuse me, I go through my 12 favorite apps and packing is in there too. So when I'm planning travel, it's really important to me to have access to it in Excel or in Google Sheets. And that's specifically because it's easier for me to navigate around and also for me to calculate expenses when I can use the formulas and whatnot. So this is giving us some suggestions here, how we can create a separate Google Sheets or Excel. But if you scroll back up to the original answer, you can click on Export to Sheets if you're used to using Google Sheets, and it's right here. Next, I asked for a much more detailed example of packing and for a packing list, and I wanted to be able to export that to Google Sheets. So here you can see that it's giving me the number of, clothing items I need and footwear that I need and so on and so forth, hygiene, toiletries, electronics, and other. Now I'm going to export that to Sheets. And while that loads, look how cool this is. Additional tips that we did not think to ask. I love all these additional tips and tricks. Okay, so here is the Excel. I will definitely make this prettier, but pretty cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. That was such an incredible experience to plan our trip to Rwanda in Gemini. So I'd love to hear your experiences. If you've planned a trip, if you've gone to a trip, please share it down in the comments. We are almost to 100 subscribers. I am so excited. The last I looked, we were at about 65. I am so excited. I try to go and follow each and every one of you after you follow me. So thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is that's in front of you. I'm going to go ahead and start editing this video, which will be edited by the time you see this, but you know what I mean. Today is the past. You're in the future. What's happening? I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I can't wait to see you next week. If you think that this is cool, wait till you see what I have in store for next week. Y'all have become a little reliant on ChatGPT, okay? So I'm trying to expose you some different things. Gemini is a good start, but next week I will show you 5 more apps that are even better than ChatGPT, and nobody is using them. All right, have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.